Hi, my name is Justin Myers. I'm the garden coordinator for Recipe for Success. And today we're going to discuss the concept of thinning. Now, thinning is perhaps one of the most crucial things you can do after planting. So you have your seeds in and you're watering, a few weeks things start to grow up. And most likely, just depending on the seeds, you're going to have seeds that germinate very close together. Now initially, that's fine, let them grow up, but once they get to about an inch or two tall, then you're going to start to think about thinning. Now thinning essentially is you're reducing the overall amount of plants in an area. There's numerous reasons for this, but mainly is that when you have plants that are close together, they're going to be competing for water, nutrients, sunlight, and space. Now there's a couple ways to thin. The first way is pretty easy, you're just going to use your fingers. So I'm just going to take my fingers and I'm just going to pop this one up and you're good to go. Now in some cases like lettuce or arugula, you can kind of treat these as microgreens and make a nice little salad with them. So that's technique one. Now my favorite technique, use it as a transplant. Now when plants are clustered tight together, using a trowel or a small shovel, it's really a little too cumbersome to maneuver. But if you use a fork, you can come over and say I want to move this plant right here. I'm going to use my fork just as I would use a shovel, kind of to dig around it, kind of loosen. So here I essentially have a transplant of mustard greens right here. And just as in our previous tip, we discussed transplanting and the importance of protecting those roots. So then you just kind of find a new area, kind of space it out. Then you can drop it in. And there you have a whole new space for a plant. So as opposed to kind of wasting that plant, you're now just expanding the area, you're going to be producing more. Now lastly, certain plants like Swiss chard and beets, when you plant one of their seeds, it's actually a cluster, and there could be as many as 2 or 3 plants that emerge from that one cluster. So what you can use is just some scissors, and you find the 3 plants that are growing out of one, and then use your scissors to trim off the ones that are perhaps the most crooked or look least healthy, and that way it won't disturb the roots. It will kind of optimize that one to grow and kind of maximize your production. So thinning, very important. Sometimes people think, oh, why? Like if I have more plants growing, I'm going to end up with more produce, but it actually will hurt you in the long run. So thinning is very important and highly recommended, and multiple ways you can do it. Please feel free to email if you have any questions, and enjoy your garden.